What's up guys, my name is Spartan, and in today's video, this is going to be a little bit different. I kind of just wanted to open up the discussion to something that basically I've been thinking about doing for a little while now. But first, let me preface, I would like to just kind of reflect on the beginner account series as a whole. And we've covered a lot of ground in terms of the Spartan Junior account, which is what you guys are currently seeing. As you guys know, I started this account roughly 4 months ago. I know that the date here says July of 24, but that's just when the account was created. I did not actually play on it during that time. I was thinking the other day, and I mentioned this during a previous live stream, that basically, when I first started this beginner progress series, the intention was to sort of act as a beginner's guide for brand new players to the game that don't really understand like even something as simple as like these different modules here, like the attack upgrades, the defense, the utility. Which of these upgrades are important and why, and at what stages of the game, and what path do I follow? When do I prioritize cards versus modules? What are cards and modules, you know? We covered a lot of ground throughout this series, and I've kind of just come to realize that the main purpose of this series is no longer really being fulfilled. And what I mean by that is basically, if you can recall from really the last maybe 2 or 3 episodes of the Beginner Progress series, I've effectively done the same sort of thing. Because there comes a time when you are sort of in the early to like the later stages of the early game, early stages of the mid game, etc., where you're basically doing the same sort of motions. So I felt like the initial value I was getting and I was providing to you guys during those initial first few episodes of the series, it kind of lost its touch. So I'm no longer really providing that level of value that I initially sort of set out to do, because not a lot is changing. Like, I'm currently at this stage of the game right now, you know, we're at 50 trillion lifetime coins, and basically what we're doing, we're just working on our EHP, trying to develop it until we're able to successfully farm tier 12, in which case after that I would begin working towards sort of a hybrid approach, keeping all of my EHP stats the same, but beginning to implement damage, and then eventually jumping into Glass Cannon for tiers 13 and above. So that's kind of the whole process, right? But where I'm currently at, like we're farming tier 9 right now, things are going good, but nothing's really changing. In terms of what I'm upgrading, what I'm prioritizing in terms of the lab upgrades, not a whole lot is changing. At this point, it's basically going to be EHP related labs, EHP related enhancements, and econ related labs and econ related enhancements. There's not much more. And that's where I'm kind of like at a loss. I don't really know what more I can possibly cover through this Beginner Progress series. This whole series was initially designed not to be basically a copy of my Tour My Tower series, but rather a true beginner's guide where I dumb stuff down for brand new players who literally just don't know what they don't know. And that's okay. We were all there. But I feel like over the course of time, as we have continued to progress, I feel like I don't really have much more to teach in terms of the early game stuff. Like, we covered a lot. We covered the turtle build, we covered transitioning to the blender build, what stuff we were prioritizing throughout that process. A little bit further down the road, we even covered like transitioning to Orb Devo if you wanted to, and sort of what that looks like. We've covered so much ground during this short 4 months of this series going. I also covered some pretty practical things that you guys can definitely implement, such as the overall sentiment of balance across your entire account. Whether it be through the lab upgrades that you're working on, whether it be through the gem spending, purchasing your cards, and then purchasing modules. We covered a lot of ground, and I feel very good about where the series basically is. And that brings me to the purpose of this video. I want to discuss with you guys the future of this particular series, the Beginner Progress series. I have a couple thoughts, and like I mentioned earlier, I did bring this up during my live stream, but I'm heavily considering moving beyond this particular series. If I choose to go that route, I'll basically be starting a new beginner account series, but it'll be a different sort of format, and I don't want to spoil anything, but just know I would be starting another day one sort of series where I start a brand new account. but it would have a little bit of a twist. I kind of spoiled it a little bit during the stream, of course, because I just always say stuff that I shouldn't say on stream, but that's the way that it goes. I want to know your guys' thoughts on this. I hope that you guys can understand sort of where I'm coming from with the Beginner Progress series. I don't have any problem continuing on with it. It's really just, I feel like it doesn't bring the same level of value that it did, especially like in the first 5 episodes. The first 5 episodes, there's so much value packed in there for brand new players. At least I think that there is. I feel like in the recent episodes, things have just kind of been a little bit redundant, sort of just been the same thing, different day. And that's not the purpose of the series. The purpose of the series is to bring value to new players. So where that brings us today, I want to draw your guys' attention to 2 different places. First and foremost, if you are in the Discord server, there is currently a poll available to see and vote in inside of the server updates text channel of the Discord server. And basically the options are, do we continue on with the Beginner Progress series, or do we finish out another maybe 2 episodes where I kind of talk about what I would be doing in the future as I continue to work towards the hybrid build. So I would basically do 2 more videos of the Beginner Progress series and then launch this new series that I was thinking about doing. So those are kind of the 2 options, and I just really want to get your guys' opinion on it. Like I said, I didn't want the Beginner Progress series to sort of turn into just another Tour My Tower. And that sort of feels right now exactly what has happened. And the second place I would like to draw your guys' attention to, if you're not in the Discord server, check out my YouTube posts, which you can find on the main YouTube channel, the Spartan the Tower channel. Go to the post category and you guys can see the vote that I made there. Basically the same exact vote. So again, the 2 options are continue on with the Beginner Progress series and not start the new series I was thinking about doing, or finish strong with another 2 episodes of the Beginner Progress series, basically just going through what I would be doing over the next several months, and then begin the new exciting series. Those are the 2 options. And obviously, I am willing to go with the voting, but I just wanted to lay out sort of the mentality there behind that. And I talked about this again during stream, but that's kind of where I'm at with the Beginner Progress series, but I want to know your guys' thoughts. So yeah, go to both of those places and fulfill your vote. I'll probably let it be active for maybe 7 full days just to get as many possible eyes as possible on it, and we'll make a decision after that. That's pretty much all that we had in terms of this particular video. And one last thing, if the voting does go in favor of the new series, that does not mean that beginner guides will be out of the picture. I will still be producing guides that are aimed towards beginner players because, quite frankly, there's not a whole lot of them out there. And it's really important, right? There's a ton of guides available on the main tower Discord, but they are written guides. They're not necessarily video guides. So that's why I started making guide videos in the first place. So there's still a lot of different guides that I have in the works. I want to do a beginner's guide on modules, kind of just going through all of the modules. Similar thing that I did with the cards, just like literally giving you guys the first-hand look and explanation of every single card in the game, and I feel really good about that. I feel like doing those kind of simple videos will definitely help out newer players in the long run. And that is where genuinely my heart resides. I definitely feel for the newer players, and quite frankly, that's why I started making videos in the first place, because when I first started playing this game, there was not a lot of beginner content available. So I understand that there's a need for it, and I'm definitely going to continue to do beginner guides regardless. But with that, I think that that is going to conclude the contents of today's video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, be sure to basically go and vote on either of the polls or both of them. I don't care. Just let me know what you guys think. And also let me know what you think in the comment section below of this video. Yeah, if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. It really does help me out quite a bit. We're getting very close to 9,000 subscribers, so shout out to all of you guys. Likewise, join the Discord server. We have a Discord community with 4,100 people in it. It's absolutely insane. And lastly, if you guys want to support this channel, there's a couple ways you can do so. You can do so through the YouTube memberships. Hit the join button below if you'd like to look into that. And also, consider using my content creator code if you make any purchases for the Tower Idle Tower Defense. You can enter my code in both the web store and the in-game app, and it costs nothing extra for you. It directly supports this channel. Thank you guys very much for all of the love and support. I really, really do appreciate it. with that, that's going to conclude the contents of this video, but thank you guys so much for watching, and like always, I will see you guys later.